The best of the Two Live Stews experience.
Right. We got a new Stews poll coming out. We're going to have it posted tonight. And the 4 options are Kirk Cousins, yes. Justin Fields, no. Or Kirk Cousins, no. Justin Fields, yes.
You shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to put a story out there that is not true.
Kirk Cousins, yes. Justin Fields, yes. Or Kirk Cousins, no. Justin Fields, no.
You just started talking about our debate that started us on radio was the effectiveness of the option, idiot. It was the effectiveness of the option in the NFL.
You call your brother idiot? I never call you
an
idiot.
Dummy. I'm calling him a dummy. And then you tried to railroad me just now. What you did is called hijack the show. I'm done.
You call your brother a dummy? You call your brother an idiot and a dummy? I raise you. There you can go. Hey, we'll see y'all when? Monday? I got to go make the donuts. Bye.
We see y'all Monday.
I know a lot of times it sounds like we're bragging, but we got to tell y'all because y'all will forget. I'm serious. Sometimes we got to tell y'all. We got to say it out loud because y'all will forget. And y'all will give credit to somebody else when that's not the case. Just like I said, in 30 years, Eminem's going to have created hip-hop. No. All these shows you see right now, they all came from us. They did. I don't care which one you name. Drink Kings, the little show with Steven Jackson and whatever the case be. Any show you see where it's 2 brothers talking shit on the radio, okay? Joning, having fun, talking about sports and whatever. It started with us. I just need to remind you. 2001. If you can show me video or pictorial evidence of somebody doing this genre of radio or entertainment before October of 2001, then I'll talk to you. But you're not going to be able to find it.
The best of the Two Live Stews experience.
We have our new advertising rate sheet available. The Two Live Stews have a current reach of 50,000 people.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Here's the big thing about it. If we advertise your business, you got to remember, this is pretty much forever. It's in perpetuity. Because these videos are streamed and you can watch it over and over and people can watch what we did 6 months ago and they're still going to see your advertisement. Okay?
It's
constant. All right? So, internet-based or Atlanta-based businesses, just going to shoot you real. I mean, if you're in Arizona and you got a brick and mortar, we probably can't help you a lot, to be honest with you. Now, if you want to advertise the show just to show some love, that's cool. But an Atlanta-based business and internet-based business, check us out. Email us, okay? sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. Here are your sponsorship packages starting at $75. And you're getting a lot of value from $75. In the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group, we got 40,000 people, okay? So you got 4 different levels. Level 1, $75. And really, it's still great because, once again, perpetuity. F with your boys. Okay? So if you're interested, email us. We'll send you this rate sheet, the packages, and advertise your business right here on the Two Live Stews.
Imagine feeling invigorated and focused, not by artificial substances, but by natural pre-workout supplements. This isn't just a thought, but a reality many athletes and fitness enthusiasts are embracing. They hold the key to elevated performance without the commonly associated side effects of synthetic products. However, overlooking the potential of these supplements means missing out on that all-natural energy boost and focus. It means accepting unnecessary crashes post-workout. It's a pain point that no fitness enthusiast should grapple with, especially when there's a healthier alternative. At Lion Roar Herbs, we produce a vegan all-natural pre-workout that is proven to increase performance and boost every workout. Visit us at lionroarherbs.com to learn more and look for natural performance energy. That's NPE. We are sure you will feel the difference.
Swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve, swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve. Riding through the city, dirty money like Diddy. Got a bad chick with me, she want me to stroke a kitty. That kush smoke got me on the highway doing 50 plus your boy on swerve. Like I want the cops to get me, baby girl on the road. Say she like the way I do things, nickname me Staircase. Stepping up my shoe game, slide to the nudie bar, put a couple stacks on it. Find a hotel bed, put a couple backs on it. I'm on swerve, I'm on swerve at the drive-thru, try and keep my tires off the curb. Rock already told you with swagger we stepping. Got the shorty on your arm, looking at my retro 7. Bet that get you quite offended. You look at me with ice grill. I ain't sweating you, dog. I'm higher than a light bill. So keep it easy with the move swings. Sucker knuckles, stripping no shoestrings. Who bang? Swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve, swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve. In the club with my mans, got a drink in each hand. Mommy bustin' it open, all a boy can say is in. Plus she came with her girls, put them on with the homies. Get a little sweaty, grab a bite at the Shoney's. Swerving my Suburban, I got a few bottles. So rockin' cranberry and I'm stepping on the throttle. Inhale the perp, ooh yeah, like Randy Savage. These chumps hating on me cause they smoking on the average. Fresh pair of Air Max, brand new fitted. You saying something about money?
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Arle Michelle, live and direct from my living room with your boy, Naughty Notty, and the No Show. It's Wednesday at 5. Y'all driving? Hey, Naughty.
What it do?
It don't do nothing.
What you mean don't do nothing? You're supposed to always do something.
It's been a day. I just had a day.
Oh,
So,
I know
it
you
don't
be
do
busy.
Child.
What you got in? What you got into today that got you not doing nothing?
I did plenty. Let's be very clear. I did plenty, but I was studying not studying. It is studying for an audition. I had to get that done and into my agent.
Okay.
Because she sent me a note like, you got an audition due today. And I was like, yes, it will be to you momentarily. So yeah, trying to get that done. It was for a commercial. Have you seen my WellStar commercial, Naughty? Have you seen my WellStar commercial?
I have not. I have not seen your WellStar commercial.
To all the know-it-alls out there, I have a WellStar commercial. I'm a doctor. So if you need a prescription or like if you need me to write you a don't go to work excuse, I got you. Because I play one on TV.
Oh, okay. You're a TV doctor. You can.
Doctor.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep. It's brief. You see me flash by, I have my hair in a bun, and everybody's like, people walk up to me every day. Did I see you in a WellStar commercial? You did. It was me.
Oh wow! It's on like TV or cable or
it's on every. It seems to play often. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh well, you ain't gonna. I can send it to you so you can see it.
Yeah, send it to me so I can check it out.
I got something happening on my lip over here. My lipstick ain't on right.
Oh, what's going on there?
No, my lipstick wasn't on right in that corner. You know, if you just throw it on. I didn't have on lipstick sitting in my house. I'm not Catherine Chancellor. For y'all who don't know.
What you auditioning for?
It was for a commercial.
Oh, another commercial. Okay.
My last audition was for Will Trent. I know you don't watch TV, but it's a show on TV called Will Trent. It's about a dude who has I think he has dyslexia or he has something, but he's a detective. They film it right here in Atlanta, and I am praying. I would love to be a series regular on it because I really like the show. I've watched. They always, tell you if their episodes out to watch them before you do your audition so that you can know the tone of the show and all that stuff.
Right,
hey, what it is over there in Tasty.
Loose neck, what it do?
I want to give him an award because he's gonna show up for you. Loose neck, that's the Southern Baton Rouge. That's
he got your picture up as his profile picture on the thing.
Loose neck.
That's a real fan right there.
Loose neck, thank you. Maybe Doug will use that for this shirt that ain't none of us seen when he does this series of shirts. I'm scared. I don't know what mine gonna be. All of the agitator. I don't know.
Yeah, the first show, the first shirt actually drops tomorrow, and it will be the Crying Ryan.
Yes, it's going to be the Crying Ryan. But we don't know what it looks like yet. We don't know colors. We don't know concept. Doug will tell you something, and then he just disappears with the information, and he comes back like months later because this was a discussion when we all went to dinner after the photo shoot, and he was like, yeah, y'all think we should do some shirts? We were like, absolutely. People love the 2 Live Stews. I have a 2 Live Stews shirt from way back. It's white with like the red and black. It's so pretty. And I wore it to like when I used to go do the tailgates and stuff. And I was like, of course people will get it. And then he was like, okay. And that's all he said. And then the other morning on the show, he was like, last Thursday, yeah, so I got my first. And we were like, where did this even come from? And I know people think we're playing, but we really do not know. Like we really don't know.
Right.
But we're gonna all be shocked together.
Right, he's management, so sometimes he just do what he gonna do. Is right. Okay. He gonna run it how he gonna run it, just like some most people. Right.
I said I was going to I'm gonna do a design of Doug the Dictator shirt. He's not gonna like it, and we're gonna have to make like the DIC important so it can be funny. But
right. I look forward to it. I mean, we get these shirts out. And
see all people in the move.
Got a lot of ideas for t-shirts, and this is the no show with Arle and Notty right here on the Stews Media. Yeah, you look nice today.
Thank you. That's because I had an audition, and the people don't want to see you look like you really look at your house. They want you to put on a little makeup and comb your hair.
Yeah. Your hair a little bit different today than it was the other day.
So that was Monday. Black girls can change their hair. We can just and in the heat, my hair ain't gonna stay straight long. It ain't gonna stay straight. So we got, and by the end of this show, it might be an afro. It will happen. because it's just the way the weather works.
Right.
What you been up to today, Notty? I didn't ask you.
I slept for the most part of the day and got up
you.
and was like, I got to get this show together. I got to do a little more research. I got to make sure I'm doing my homework. And, you know, I went and looked at a little work and got with Ryan today. We supposed to be getting up sometime soon so we can get some of this equipment together and we got big things in the works.
I know, because we're going to be doing
big
live
things
remotes.
in the works.
Yes.
Live remotes. So, I mean, y'all stay tuned for those. So make sure y'all can come out and support us doing live remotes. Have a lot of fun, meet and greet. You get to meet Arle, a superstar actress who got movies out.
Thank you, God.
Right. So yeah, we look forward to it.
Absolutely. We want to be out there with the people because we like the people. It's the people show. So we have to be out amongst the people. And they get to be naughty, or also known as the fact checker. I'm gonna get the rest of that rhyme with the fact checker. Naughty is the one to rhyme with the wrecker. If you say the wrong thing, he gonna wreck you. Okay.
Okay, all right. You got some flow to you. I see. Might have to get you on there freestyle.
Hey, y'all don't want none of this freestyle and my rhymes go mile to mile. Y'all ain't ready for my pound to pound. The girl Arle be putting it down. Wow, go Arle.
Hey,
okay, that's all I had. I had my 8 bars.
I might have to do something. Was you able to check out? I know you was in the chat yesterday for the pop-up.
I was. I might not show up every day like you do, but I'm always in the chat.
Oh yeah.
That's where the people at.
And on the rap side, you know, Luke said he folk owe him some money.
Luke say, run me my money. Well, the only thing is, Luke, even though you put it out there, pop that, hey, pop that. Luke was, you know, he was before Congress. There were times when they were trying to come for him, and this is awful things. What? And so he doubled down on it. And so while I agree that he plays a large part in that genre of rap, I guess, I don't think these young ladies owe him any money. I thought Notty went away.
No. I was looking in the chat because Melvin Eccles is asking, speaking of research, Notty, what did Trump do for black folks? And it's funny to me. Yeah, it's funny to me because
Melvin Eccles, hey, is that your family?
No. Melvin.
They throwing you
I mean, he's part of the know-it-all family, so he's family from that aspect.
John Lewis.
Nobody does anything for black people. That's my whole point.
Notty, I'm so glad you brought that up because I sat up a long time trying to figure out how to best explain where it would make sense and it would not cause us to have a lot of back and forth, and we're going to have to probably agree to disagree. Right. I looked at, because what I understand, you know, being a scientist, because y'all know, for those that don't know, I have a minor in chemistry, and I used to have to do science projects and stuff throughout my life. That's how I kind of made it in the world. And so one of the things we learned in statistics when I worked on my master's degree in counseling was that we had to take a whole class on research and all that stuff. And so they talk a lot about how you have to pull numbers together. And oftentimes people can pull numbers in a way that make them work for them. I am not disputing your 13-point because I looked it up. I went to the Labor Department, Labor Bureau and Statistics. I went to research all these different articles that explained. I went and even found one that said every single president and their unemployment rate since they began researching unemployment rates. And while there is some truth to what you said, there's also an importance of background and because that's why I kept saying what was happening then. I don't remember 2008 like that in 2013 to even give context to why the numbers were like that. And so, of course, I went back and did my research, and Obama's numbers were high in 2008 and 2013. But what we have to consider, it doesn't mean the numbers change, but we have to, and that number, some of your numbers, because I found a place that breaks it down month by month, and I'll send you a link just so you can have it. But part of what was happening was the biggest recession we had since we was all in 1933s when we weren't here. Correct. And so that's part of the unemployment rate. And if you look at the numbers, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics breaks it down by age. It breaks it down by gender. It breaks it down by race. And Black people, no matter who was the president, we always had a higher unemployment rate than, let's say, white individuals or Asian individuals. Not always higher than Hispanic, but still part of the challenge. And when those numbers rose for white people, they also rose for Black people, because we've always been almost double their rate sometimes, which is kind of sad. They might be at 7.1 and we're 14. So we're not quite double, but we're there. Part of that stems from the Black jobs that we do. Those jobs can easily be cut out. The other people are not. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever watched these old school movies or TV. You don't watch TV, but there's a show that goes back to like dragons and way back. And I couldn't understand for the longest. I was like, why all them people, like, they keep having these balls? Like, they just have a ball every day. How they having these balls? How they going? What kind of job do they have? Well, we, the poor people, the paupers, pay the taxes, and the taxes allow them to do whatever they want to do. So we've just been a part of that for forever. That's like a real thing. So we don't really have, if you count my 10 friends, all of them are probably fantastic and all of them working somewhere phenomenal. But when I went over and worked at South Atlanta High School, not so much. Like, those people's parents, they've been on welfare. This is third generation. It's been like a thing. So their unemployment numbers count for what we did for Black people. So I just want you to consider the things that were happening. I forgot what 2013. I have to go back and look at my notes, what 2013 was happening. But to say that, Trump then inherits, Obama got it back down in 2015. So Trump inherits, because he's considered with a low unemployment rate. Correct. But it was off the heels of somebody else's. And then Obama's was on the heels of Bush's 2008. So yes, it's attributed to him, but there are other factors that we have to consider.
There are other factors. And let's also, you remember when minimum wage went up? You remember when Amazon started paying people $15 an hour and everybody started getting paid like $15 an hour on the low scale? That was during Trump's administration. Not trying to give him no glory, but when he gave tax breaks to the big businesses, it allowed them in return to share those wages increases with their employees.
They didn't actually do that, though. Most of the people, they took away something else when they raised it. I have to go back and I'm gonna have to go look it up, because I remember thinking, oh my God, that's so good. Everybody's making like, and I remember talking to either a human being that was like, that's not how it's working. That's not what we're getting. And also, not to diminish Trump, but we had a Democratic Senate, Democratic House, I think, and they were able to push that through, unlike what we're trying to do in other places where we don't have the House and the Senate that make the laws that make them move up. And I'm going to look that up while you're talking to the what is it called?
The know-it-alls.
No, not us. I want to look up
to the minimum wage.
Yeah, minimum wage. That's the word. I could not think of minimum wage. Jesus Christ.
I mean, you big balling, so you ain't got to think,
think
about that too much.
No, I am a contractor, so I'm missing a lot of stuff. I'm sad. I miss a lot of stuff. But I'm not sure if we got a national minimum wage or not. The federal minimum wage in the United States is $7.25 per hour. It's still that. Yep. Some people were able to up it to get people to come to work.
Right.
Federal minimum wage is still $7.25, which means Trump didn't do nothing.
I mean, a lot of companies that he gave tax breaks to passed that on and gave their employees bigger wages. That's all I'm saying. Then you had zero inflation under Trump. Then Biden got in. We see where it's at now. It's hard for people to feed their families.
Oh yeah, I went and bought some vegetables the other day, and I was like, "Y'all don't want me to eat at all. You want me to just have air and opportunity." Right. That's pretty much it.
That's correct. So, and then addressing the Black jobs issue, which is so funny to me, because people we already know, even coming up since we were little kids, we were taught that we're the last to get hired, the first to get fired.
Yep.
As Black people. So when they asked Trump at the what it was when he had the Black women up there asking them questions, the NA something in a way, they asked him, what are Black jobs? And he answered that when said any job for anybody.
That's
which
not
is
what
true.
he said, though.
What did he say?
Not what he
'Cause
said.
that's what I
What
remember
he
him
initially said,
saying.
was, the jobs that people don't, that tend to go like cleaning and something. He named some very specific. I'll go find it for us while you're
Yeah,
talking.
he said anybody's job, any job is a black job. But reading between the lines, what he was saying was, you're going to be the last to get hired and the first to get fired. So when you bring immigrants over and they start getting jobs, they're not going to fire the white guy to get them the job. They're going to get rid of the black guy, or they're not going to hire the black guy or woman to get those jobs. So that's sort of what he means. And not only him, I mean, it's all of them. It's Biden, it's the Democrat and the Republican Party. They both identify certain jobs as black jobs. It just means that we're going to be fired first, or we're going to be the last to get hired, which is still screwed up.
But
we got to act like we understand what's going on.
That's what he said. There's no Hispanic people coming over here taking my job. They're just not. My mama is a black woman. Anybody just walked in there and talked about the stuff he's talking about is jobs like at the grocery store, and they're not even able. They're over here doing stuff we don't want to do. It's stuff we don't even want to do, Notty. It's stuff we don't even want to do half the time.
You said your mom is a doctor.
She is.
She's black.
She is. There's no Hispanic person coming across the border taking her job.
Correct. Your mom got a job based on her qualifications.
So what that means, you're trying to say black people are getting jobs that are not qualified, and then they get them taken from them?
I'm saying your mom has a job. That's her job. Her job as a doctor is a black job.
It is, but that's not what Trump was trying to say.
Okay.
That's not what he was saying, because he was talking about they're coming over here he said in the quote, and I'm gonna find it for you. They're coming over here getting your black jobs.
Correct.
They were all like, well, what black jobs are you talking about they're coming to get? Because they didn't come get this job. They didn't come get my mama job. They didn't come get the teacher job over there. They didn't come get all these jobs.
No,
so what jobs he's talking about? Jobs like cleaning ditches, taking out trash, working at the grocery store, working in fast food, and they're not coming to get those. Those people are coming over here. Migrant workers is what a lot of them come across here to do, and they have legal reason to be here. There are whole programs for that. We have a farm, so we're trying to figure out how to tap into, the opportunities to get people to come and help us during certain seasons. Those are the jobs they coming across here getting. They're not walking in and like taking Mr. White Man's CEO job. Ain't no black folks fighting down the door.
Jobs.
Right, so they taking black jobs. What are those jobs? He's not talking about CEOs. He's not talking about doctors. He's not talking about lawyers. He's not talking about teachers.
I don't necessarily think he was talking about low degrading jobs or something like that. I think he was talking about just black people getting work, period. I mean, based off what he said.
We're talking about what they say, or we're talking about what we're going to intimate that he said. We're going to assume what he meant.
Right. I don't like to assume. I just like to take somebody at their word.
And his word was they're coming over here taking your black jobs. Well, then
correct.
What are those jobs?
And then they asked him, where are black jobs?
I'm going to go find it. That's okay.
He said any job that anybody got.
Notty, I don't know what your purpose is today.
My purpose is just to make sure that we are speaking.
That's not
factual.
what was said, though.
Okay. We'll go back and
we're going to find it.
What you got coming up for doing too much?
I have a whole thing where I am concerned about this younger generation and their lack of respect for the OGs. And I'm going to tell that story through something that's happening with Button and Coach. Look at that OGs. Button. I'm still spitting that fire. Y'all ain't ready for this fire. Because I like to have far more fun.
Right. When we get back, we're gonna dive into that and
let's do it.
See about this lack of respect that these young people are having.
Young
right here
ain't about ish. No, I'm just kidding.
Right here on the No Show. We'll be back after this short intermission.
Short. Peeny weeny. Yeah.
Hey, people, it's your boy Trevor. There's a new sheriff in town, Southern Edge Beverage Company. And let me tell you, you better taste the edge. Watch this. Taste the edge. Sweet tea vodka, salted caramel whiskey will rock you. The taste is smooth and refreshing. Gluten-free, no harsh burn for the blessing. Make it neat Have it on ice. Buy both bottles, have it twice. Mix with your favorite fruit juice, nice. Mix a liqueur combo, hype. We're black owned. Yeah. Finest in Atlanta telephone. College Park, check this bone. Sweet tea, vodka, fix your fam. Southern Edge Beverages, Instagram. Salted caramel whiskey on the edge. New sheriff from town, baby, taste the edge. Southern Edge can be found in the following locations in the metro Atlanta area. Total Wine and More in Alpharetta. Camp Creek World of Beverages. Prohibition Liquor. Firewater Package. Crest Wine and Spirits and Bim's Package Store. It's time to taste the edge. Southern Edge, baby.
Mama, you doing too much.
Shout out to my son on the end of that. Mama, you doing too much. He loves to say that to me. Mama, you just doing too much. Oh, he loves it. Hence why that was created. I have a show. I forget to tell people I'm on. I'm moving it to YouTube. I hadn't moved it yet. I'm just slow as molasses. That's called Doing Too Much with Arle Michelle. It's about 15-20 minutes at a time to talk about a little hot topic here, a little random thought, and doing too much. Who is doing too much? And so I thought I'd bring that to this lovely show, The Know-It-Alls, to bring a little levity, because I don't like being heavy. Heavy.
Right.
Don't want to be so heavy, baby. Okay, so Notty, can you show the video first? There we go.
Look at me. Oh my God. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. My shit. All right. Leave this here.
Y'all remember that song? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Well, the song finally went gold. So shout out to him. That was 2003 in our lives. Joe Budden had that song out. Time is flying by. Took it 21 years to go gold.
Wow.
And LL Cool J, decided to bring him his gold plaque. Nothing like a superstar like LL Cool J, who's been in this game,
Right.
bringing you your gold plaque. That's nice. They don't even make them for people anymore. You have to order them, which is so funny.
There's somebody would even care about having a gold plaque, but I guess it's something.
It's a thing. My brother.
I guess 21 years later.
Hey, it doesn't matter when you go gold certified, you go platinum certified, and so they caught up with LL Cool J to ask him, his thoughts, like, hey, how'd you think about the song? So he was like, I think anytime, he said, some people don't get their diamond or their status until posthumously. They already gone on, so it's good to give people their flowers while they're here. Well, then Carisha Please, also Young Miami, same person, decides she want to put some laughing emojis up. So Nada, you can put that screen up. She put, she had the little laughing out loud, Young Miami. And then he said it would be too easy. And she was like, another one bites the dust. Remember, you was just celebrating when you thought I took an L. I can laugh. You was just laughing at me. So let's laugh. He said, you're right. I'll laugh tomorrow. Well, of course, then tomorrow comes and Joe Biden goes on his very well. And she has a lot of followers too. Her show, Carisha Please, has won 2 years in a row, a BET award for Best Hip Hop Source, I think it's called. I'm gonna find the name of it. Hold on. It's called, I think it's Best Hip Hop. So they won twice. She was Best Hip Hop Platform is what it's called. Last year she co-won with Noriega and Drink Champs, and both were both TV shows. And this year she won on her own as a solo artist. And so they were the rest of Joe Budden's people were kind of feeling some kind of way, like, this is 10 minutes ago. And he never bashed her. He never said anything negative. He was like, she has the numbers. It is interesting that she's not. He said, I think she'd be even bigger if she was consistent. She only had like 8 episodes or something, compared to other people's like weekly episodes, which would make them have 52, or, every bi-weekly, which would give you 26. They still had more. Well, when he posted that, I don't know why she came for him. Did nobody say she came for him? Because even when she was talking about the Diddy stuff, he still wasn't bashing her. Baby, let me tell you how he went in on her on his show, just about how she will be she's the worst rapper. If they had a list right now, she'd be listed last. He on JT's side for whatever went down. I'm not gonna bash you. I'm not gonna call you out your name. I'm gonna keep it professional, which he did. And so it got me to thinking about how, first of all, and you said, ooh, 21 years later. So perhaps you feel the same way she feels, like, what's the big deal? And it wasn't him doing a big deal. It was somebody else making a big deal of it for him. Somebody
I'm
else
saying,
celebrating.
what was he laughing at her about? Because she says that you were laughing at me when you thought I took an L. What
I
was
was
that
trying to
referring
figure
to?
that out because I looked at his episode when he talked about some of the Diddy stuff. I looked at when they
Right.
brought it back up because she just did an episode with Saucy Santana, and she said she was gonna come out and talk about some stuff, and they said she really didn't. I did not watch that, but it was her talking, so it wasn't like I was trying to find Joe Budden talking about her in some negative way. All he said 10 months ago, October to be exact, was that, hey, you know, if you had more episodes, I mean, I still see why you won. I get it. And with more episodes, I even more get it. Because a lot of people came after. They didn't think she should have won. They thought other people should have won just based on a couple of different criteria. And he did say something like, I feel like maybe somebody paid a little thing. There was a little payola so that we could win.
It was rigged.
But he said, I still respected his other co host were like, they were really hating. They were like, she ain't deserve that. And blah, blah. He was like, no, I mean, I give it to her. So I guess it brought me to this point of, in so many genres and so many avenues and so many facets of our life, these young folks, they're on this whole, I ain't give you no respect, you respect me, and blah, blah. And I was raised where you respect your elders. When they say some stuff, if it's sideways, all you can do is go, yes, ma'am. All right. You weren't about to fight them. You wasn't gonna cuss them. Like, I have a cousin who cussed out my grandmama, like cursed. And I was like,
oh no.
best to be glad I wasn't down there, because I would have whooped her arse. But my grandma kept saying, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. You know how they are. No, we've done something wrong if that's how they are. It's our fault. So with Carisha not respecting the fact that gold, platinum, whatever it is on any level is like an accomplishment, and just coming for him for no reason made me think about all the other people. Like, I'm just seeing so much almost disdain for how older people have done stuff. They stay at their job 30 years, and the young folks, I do that. Y'all stupid. Well, just because we do it differently doesn't mean I got to have a whole hatred and disrespect for you.
That's correct. I mean, going gold is definitely an accomplishment. But historically with Joe Budden, he's gotten into it with a plethora of rappers, especially some of the newer rappers. I remember he got into it with the Amigos at one point. They were beefing at one point, and it's always seemed to stem from Joe Budden sort of hating on the next generation, trying to big up himself, even though, I mean, I guess in New York he was some, as far as in the South, like he wasn't really, like, we could care less about Joe Budden. I'm glad for his success with his podcast and the things he does for the rap game in his own way. But clearly, according to her tweet, he was laughing at her about something. So this look like they're going back and forth on some tit for tat type stuff.
Right.
And
he got the last laugh. I know she coming though, because she's that generation of women. I don't know if it's this. And shout out to Southern Edge. I'm having a little Southern Edge today.
Definitely shout out to Southern Edge.
I was watching this video, and this girl was doing a prank. She was like walking up to folks saying something crazy to them. And me, I'd be like, ma'am, could you just not talk to me? This girl, literally, the girl, she said, like, I don't know what she said. It was kind of off, but it wasn't so bad that it required what the response was. And the girl comes out of her shoes and chased her down. She's like, I'm just playing. It's a video. It's a video. It's
a prank. Yeah, I know that girl. Yeah, I watched her videos sometimes.
And I was like, why are we so angry? We just be ready to fight. These young girls, they be ready to come.
No, but I mean, she be antagonizing these people in the name of a prank. I mean, I'm sorry, but this new generation is sometimes they go too far. They go too far. Like, why you gonna prank somebody to down there whooping your ass? Like we don't play like that.
We don't play
Like
like
I
that.
don't know
But
who
we
she.
wouldn't
And then
fight.
a lot of these be older people too.
Yeah. But see,
You
we
know.
grew up in the era of like what was Ashton Kutcher used to do that whole prank thing. You know,
Yeah.
so you were always thinking if something like that went down, you thinking it's a camera somewhere. What a camera.
Yeah.
This can't be. Or who used to do that show? It was an old show, and I used to watch it in syndication and thought it was so funny. They would do stuff to people. It was
Right.
Candy Camera. You're
Right.
on
And the camera.
Candy
Right.
Camera.
It was great.
Well,
Those pranks.
we wasn't fighting nobody.
Those pranks weren't disrespectful. They was either trying to scare you, catch you off guard, I mean, having something happen to you that was unbelievable, like something that wouldn't happen. No, these pranks now, they actually trying you to see what you're gonna do. They're talking to you. Do you want to fight? You better take that out. You in my hood. Why you in my
Yeah.
Come on,
Well, I
like these
guess.
shouldn't be even considered pranks.
Right. It's fighting
But
words.
but you got a lot of people who watch them on YouTube and they get the clicks, and so they have an incentive to keep on doing it. But it's really disrespectful.
It
And
is.
it's something that shouldn't be going on.
Hence, the young generation is just so much more disrespectful. Like we wouldn't even thought about
Right.
some of the stuff they do to their mamas and stuff.
Right.
And I've noticed that it's a lot of, but this internet, you know, everybody talks about the keyboard cowboys. I mean, it's folks that just be coming for these celebrities. And I'm like, we don't go to your job and come cuss you out, but people really do go to folks' jobs and cuss them out. So I just don't know what.
Right.
We just have no civility anymore. And it's just, that's who's doing too much. All this younger generation, they've watched too many Housewives episodes thinking that's how you handle conflict. They have, and Loose Neck, don't talk about my glasses because, yes, these are the ones with the pins in them. I'm going to buy me
Oh
some.
man, you guys.
Can y'all see the pins?
You need glasses.
I know, but they so cute. In my place, one of my big sisters, she gave them to me because I thought they were cute on her face. And then I had them in a bag. Now, this time I know how they broke. I kept them in a bag and the bag got squished. But I can't get rid of the glasses because they're so cute. Anyway, I just want to say we're just raising a disrespectful softest cotton ass set of children. And I'm just so sick of them.
Yeah, it's kind of soft, but then they down there risk getting their head blown off
all the time over
Right.
some BS. Like it's not that serious.
Mocha
It
Bella,
is.
this generation is a social media generation. They want the likes, followers, and listeners. The YouTube generation. That's it.
And
Like
they will do whatever they can do to get it.
right, they done figured out they can do the darndest things, and if they get enough likes,
Somebody will pay them.
then right, and it's
Plants, as Nadi would say, they plants. They are plants
right.
in the system. They just, I don't
Oh,
understand.
I
it.
know. Do you remember this? Loose Neck. I'm 54 years old and I won't say the word loud
Yes.
about my mom.
My mama, I
Right.
couldn't say funky because it was too close to the word, I guess, F-U-C-K. I couldn't say nobody lied. You had to say you told a story or she
Right,
not
right.
fibbing. She's
Right.
fibbing. You could say
Right.
fibbing, but you couldn't. My mom heard me say lie. She gave me, and my mom was not my mother doesn't curse. She doesn't really raise her voice much. Like she's not that person. So me saying lie, she heard me on the phone one time say damn, because you know back in the day you could pick up the house phone and listen.
Right.
You would have thought I'd given somebody the curse word from hell. Like
You could have barely said darn. That almost
say
get you hit upside the head.
couldn't say.
I don't even know if kids get popped upside the head no more. That was a thing back in the day. You get popped upside the head.
Yeah, real quick. Pop,
Right.
My mama would do that. My mother never, I can count
Right.
I can count one whooping because I got out of pocket one time, and I can count 2 times she popped me in the mouth. That was her thing. Over the course of my life, if I said something, she's like, what? Right in the mouth, you'd be like, oh, and you didn't do it anymore. These kids, I mean, they might hit their mama back.
Oh shoot.
They
These
just
kids.
so,
These kids.
we
you
have
know,
not done a good job.
Nah, we had
We suck.
with them boys and brothers in California that killed their parents back in the day.
Yes, the Menendez
The
brothers.
Menendez brothers, but they done took it to a whole nother level.
They done skyrocketed that
That's the
thing.
skyrocketed thing. It's kind of crazy out here.
Yep. Shout out to all the know-it-alls, to Southern Edge Beverage Company. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying some sweet tea vodka this evening. I put a little cranberry juice with a cran pomegranate to see how I like sweet tea and cran pomegranate. Because they be making the flavors of sweet tea, new flavor. Check it out.
Oh yeah, make sure you get that Southern Edge Beverage, co.com, and get your bottle of some Southern. I gotta get me some Southern Edge over here just so I can give
Say you
away.
had.
You know, no, I want to give it away to the listeners.
Oh,
No,
that'd be
I
cool.
wanna, right. I'm gonna get some
Do
Southern
that.
Edge just so I can, gift the listeners. We'll come up with something, a way to, have it a fair contest or whatever, so we can give a bottle of Southern Edge to the listeners.
That'll be a great idea. I have a bottle I'd love to give away. I'll do a salted caramel. I've
I heard
already
that
had one bottle.
that red one was good.
Oh, so we have salted caramel. There is passion berry coming out, lemon, which is coming out.
Yeah, the passion
and
berry.
Passion berry is really good. And it's gonna come out in a rum, a vodka, and a tequila. Woo, woo, woo. It has
Man.
some medicinal purposes for the men folk.
Right. I wish I could.
That's what they say.
I wish I could drink me some, but bad.
Yeah,
I can't control myself. Right.
Oh yeah, we don't want none of that. We going out. It's the no
Right.
show out. We
get back. It's gonna be the controversial truth this week. We're gonna get into Project 2025 a little bit. It's 900 pages long. So if you want to read it,
Arle
that's fine.
Arle's looking at parts, and there is a website I think I found. I have to find the name of it and let you look at it.
I got the stuff here. Did enough research so that you can kind of understand what's going on and get the gist of Project 2025. I don't think it's something that we should be afraid of, but we'll talk about that on the other side of the break. I already know.
Jesus, I'm not fighting today. I got too much happy in my spirit. See y'all in a minute.
Hey man, listen, the word on the street is real. SouthernEdgeBeverageCO.com. Everybody's talking about it, Doug.
Yeah, salted flavored caramel whiskey, sweet tea flavored vodka. Everybody and their mama. Chub Rock, Jerry Stackhouse, all the Stewies, the dogs and the poodles, and this dude too.
Dana Dane with fame. Dana Dane with fame. And look what I got. That Southern Edge. Southern Edge. Woo, baby. That's right. That caramel salted flavor, baby, is all you need in your life. This whiskey is fire. Take it from the great one. Southern Edge. Southern Edge. Southern Edge. Full circle.
You heard the man, and you know who that is. The great Dana Dane with fame, showing love to the good folks from Southern Edge Beverage Company. Now, Doug, he mentioned the salted caramel. Don't forget about the sweet tea vodka. Don't forget about the passion berry tequila. And don't forget about the S.E. Limon tequila, too.
Yeah, nightmares of the night. That guy. Y'all don't know. If you under 50, you won't get that. But shouts out to the great Dana Dane with fame. Sir, everybody and their mama is talking about Southern Edge.
I'm very proud, man. You can find more information about Southern Edge at www.southernedgebeverageco.com. But like Doug said, everybody's talking about it.
Like to keep it on the edge so we max up.
Hey, yo, this your boy PT Cruiser doing OneManK.com. You already know how we do it, man. PT Cruiser and it's on, baby. ATL, listen, yeah.
Holy.
Bill, what's up,
Shout out to
Pastor Troy?
PT Cruiser. I appreciate the drop.
Absolutely. Pastor Troy, I like him.
Yeah. Pastor Troy go back, man, to
who?
now to We Ready.
Oh,
When he first dropped that album, I was down in West Georgia, and he came down, and nobody had ever heard of him before. And they was gonna do a show that weekend, and he brought the belt. He was cool with one of my homeboys, so we had the belt and all that. We went to the show, and man, I mean, they tore it down, and after that, it was no more playing GA. Like everything was, DSGB.
Play SGA. Hey, does he I forgot what I was. Where did he go to high school in Atlanta? Do you know?
I don't think I think he originally from Augusta.
Oh, okay.
But when you from Augusta, you from Macon, and you rap, you from Atlanta, right?
From, what did Omarosa say? Omarosa, whatever her little name is. It's not Atlanta. She got a whole rap song.
Well,
it's not Atlanta.
Omarosa? Nah.
Yeah, not.
Oh yeah. I have heard that.
I love her. It's not Atlanta. Play Coke. It's not Atlanta. Cobb
Not
County.
Atlanta,
Not
right?
Atlanta. I went to
Exactly.
Atlanta Public Schools. It is Atlanta.
Right. I went to
Okay.
Atlanta, but well, I'm right down that. We was right down that
On the,
line
on the
of the Cobb
edge.
County, Fulton County. So, it was all Atlanta though.
Oh,
Let's get into it though. We're gonna sort of get into
let's do it.
Project 2025 a little bit.
Do it.
It's kind of
Know it
I
all.
don't really even know where to start, but let's start. Yeah, it's a lot.
I picked an area that was dear and near to me. I picked education.
Yeah, and education is one of those that I want to get into. The Fair Housing Act is something I want to get into. But let's first start by understanding that the Project 2025 really has nothing to do with Donald Trump directly. Now, indirectly, it may, but this is not a Donald Trump based agenda. This is the agenda of the Heritage Fund, who is a conservative think tank for the Republican Party, founded in 1973. Okay. And the Heritage Fund, they really wrote it down what's called the mandate of leadership. Some that Ronald Reagan used, some that a lot of Republicans use. The Heritage leads the 2025 Presidential Transition Project, also known as Project 2025, an extensive plan to consolidate presidential control over the executive branch of the government to accomplish its policy goals. That's according to the Washington Post. The executive branch is ran by the President of the United States. So given it's putting more power in the president's hand as opposed to people who are not even in politics, the bureaucrats, so to say. Also, let's understand that the Republicans aren't the only ones that have think tanks. The Democratic have think tanks too. They're called the Center for American Progress, the New Democratic Network, the Brookings Institute, which is the #1 think tank in the whole world. There's over 1,800 think tanks in the United States alone, and more than 6,500 think tanks worldwide. So let's not get too caught up into what the Heritage Fund has drawn up, which is really a wish list. None of these things are mandated to go into place. It is not guaranteed. This is a wish list that the think tank will give over to whoever wins the Republican Party, which is right now Donald Trump. So if Donald Trump wins, they will present him this 900-page plan to institute into the United States government. It's not necessarily going to happen, but this is what they would like to happen. Now, you can go on Donald Trump's website, and he has Agenda 47. A lot of the things that are in part of Project 2025 are not a part of Agenda 47. They're two separate. Also, if you want to know more about Project 2025, you can go to the website. You can read up on it. You can get educated on it. You don't even got to read the whole 900 pages. It's kind of broken down a little bit for you. But I know you want to get into the education aspect of Project 2025.
Well, they talk about if you're going to eat an elephant, you eat it in bites. And I can't digest 900 pages. That was law school for me. I hated every part of that. And we didn't ever do 900 pages in one day. However, I wanted to clarify something. I don't want to say clarify because you didn't say anything I need to clarify. Yes, Donald Trump probably doesn't know anything about this. He's not that kind of man who he would know 900 pages of anything. However, 140 of the people who worked for him, staffed for him, were a part of the administration, all helped to write this document. In part, if he were elected again, the likelihood of those 140 people still being employed, coming back, whatever, is very high. When you get to a position, you like to bring what you have to the table. So why not bring my 900-page project to the table? And then if they win the Senate and the House, then these kinds of things will be implemented. Just like Donald Trump was doing. What's that game? Is it 5 Card Monte? I don't think that's it. The game where they do the cups and they move. Not paying attention.
Right.
a lot of what happens with Donald Trump is that he does that. He moves things around. We so busy trying to watch for the ball that they didn't move some other stuff, like putting all those conservative judges in place who have rolled back a lot of the laws that that were afforded to us through blood, sweat, and tears in many, many years. Another set of bars by Arle. You're welcome. And so that is what worries me. I wasn't paying attention to the judges he was appointing that sit on the court for a long, not just the SCOTUS, not just them, but the judges around the country who are on very large platforms who keep getting him out of mess when he has actually done something. I didn't pay attention, and I'm usually very astute. So what scares me about things like Project 2025, about Trump actually saying, when I get in office, if I win, because he's not talking about if, because he say if he don't get in, it's a hope. Y'all done lied. He gonna probably do another insurrection. It's gonna be a whole World War III.
You
But
gotta keep him out.
But what scares me about that is just like with the Holocaust, people never thought it could happen. That can't happen. We're not going to let that happen. And it does. So for those of us who are intelligent, we need to be paying attention to the things, just
Definitely
like him putting in judges, just like him doing all these other things that we didn't pay in. They've done a lot of redlining, redistricting, so that when we vote again, things look different. We have to pay attention.
So what have the Democrats been doing? Because they also, Biden had a think tank, and he got in office, they handed up, this is what we would like to happen while you're in office, and
well, were those
a lot of those things got done.
As we so
in
the
name
reason
of
they want to get rid of the Department of Education, the reason I know you don't agree with education the way it's run, but
no, I agree with
have an alternative.
The project of
you don't have alternative.
So
you think that all the public school children, because they're in public school, all need to take the ASVAB and be relegated to having to go in the military? Because that's what Project 2025 says.
No.
But you don't have to do it if you're in public school. Any person that gets federal funds, and it says it in the document, if any school gets federal funds, which are public schools, you are automatically made to go take the ASVAB, which I took, but it was by choice when we were in high school.
I took it too.
Right. But it was not mandated that I took it. It was not a mandate. So now it will be mandated.
It came to my house in the mail. I had to fill it out and send it back.
You had to fill out your selective service at 18. That doesn't mean you have to go. This is saying you will fill the ASVAB is a test of military aptitude. It tells you what you are best in and where we might send you in the event that you come to the military. I took the ASVAB. It said I should go into psychology, and I can't remember the other thing. Thought that was pretty cool just to know it. Right. But what they're saying in Project 2025, if implemented, which they would likely be able to get it, that we're going to dismantle the Department of Education, which just came into existence in 1976 under President Jimmy Carter, because he was a Democratic governor. They didn't like it. States like Mississippi, Georgia, they didn't want to be segregated. They didn't want to be integrated anyway. And I do have some thoughts on integration, and but that's not this thought. So let me stay with this thought. So if that's like telling me my child, who might be a high school junior, sophomore, freshman, he's going to have to take the ASVAB, and then he's going to have to go to the military. There are some have-tos in there that are part of it. Once we get rid of the Department of Education, who running the schools? Where the kids going? Like, they don't have there's not a plan for where they're going. Once we just going to dismantle it, but then what? And that's what people don't think about on most things. Then what? You don't like a thing.
That's not.
What is your response to the thing? Like, instead
I don't agree with that. I mean, I do think that I don't agree with that for Black people. I would say that I do kind of agree with that for white America, that they should fill that out and be a part of it. I think all white Americans should do 2 years in the military. That's what I believe. But let's just talk about
how you gonna just send the white boys and not the Black boys? Why they get to go and not the Black ones? Somebody
that's but don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that as coming from we don't have, like I said, nobody advocating for us. We don't have the same. When you talk about equality, and when you start talking about equality to white people, they cringe at it because they don't want equality.
Oh no, equity is the thing they want.
So don't send me over like Muhammad Ali. Don't send me over here to fight these people when I don't even get the rights that I deserve at home. So no, that's why I'm saying don't send me over there. But if they send one, they'll send all. That's just
This
how
is
it
the
goes. I
issue.
understand that.
They're going to do it to just public school people, just children who get federal funds. And they're going to give private
Yeah.
schools federal funds, but they're not going to give them the
But
same kind of
that's
federal funds that require you to do the
right.
ASVAB and go into the military. That's a problem for me. Because if you look at public education, it's like 987 million people in public. It might be 500 and some million, 557 million in private. Most of those, we're not in private schools like that. We're
Right.
not. We can't afford it, or we don't think
But
send
see,
them
that's
or
the
whatever.
thing. That's the thing about Project 2025. Do they want to shut down the Department of Education? Yes, they do. Project 2025's mandate for leadership calls for the end of the Department of Education. Since the department was created, educational outcomes have not improved, and the American school system has increasingly fallen behind other countries. This is true.
That is factual.
Okay.
We do not do science anymore.
Giving more control back to the state and local governments and expanding school choice would improve education outcomes for all Americans, especially those in underprivileged communities. Some functions of the Department of Education would be moved to other departments, including labor and justice. I agree with that, because what they're saying is, because this is what they're saying. They will expand school choice so all children have the option of a great education regardless of zip code. That means instead of you having to go to a school based on where you live at in your neighborhood, if your parents want you to go to a better school, they can send you to that school.
Nadi, let me tell you something. I fought really hard because I was a big proponent of, and I still am a big proponent of charter schools.
Mm-hmm.
Fight that we had. I love charter. I think it gives you this choice you're talking about. That's
right,
what
but you got to pay for it. What they're saying, the government is going to pay for it.
That's what people are confused. It's not that there's in theory that sounds great. In theory, that sounds great. Charter schools always get a bad rap because they're pulling funds from the public schools. First of all, charter schools get less money than the public school per capita. A child in like Atlanta public schools, for example, because one of the bigger systems gets maybe like $9,000 some odd dollars. It's probably more now, but let's say it's $10,000 per student. If we pull that child and put them in maybe a charter school, there might be getting like $3,000-4,000 per child, if that much, because there's not funding been allocated for such a thing. So you do better being in a public. Now, are public schools? I don't agree with the 1950s education. The way the system is structured now, you go to school, you get out in summers because that's when typically farming would happen. So kids had to be out of school to go farming. This generation doesn't need that. I believe we should be going to school year round. There should be some structure. There are some schools that had really good numbers doing that, and their kids were doing better numbers wise. Their kids were doing better in test scoring and all these kind of things. They seem to be more well-rounded. I don't understand what we're coming home for the summer for. No. We're not going farming. What we doing? And most of our kids are at a disadvantage because they're not going to do anything enlightening or enriching.
They're not learning the proper things in school. That's part of
summers would be for enrichment.
Well, we got to change the curriculum. I think that one of the reasons why I disagree with teachers getting raises and all these things, because you're teaching out of a curriculum that's handed down from the government that's so mundane and so it's just bad programming. Why should I give you a raise unless you're doing some real teaching? That's why I don't know if you was on the show yesterday. I heard at the beginning, I told people that I'm really considering running for president in 2028. And one of the things I do is education reform. A lot of this stuff we learn in school.
The time I've asked you, what would you do different? You don't have like a.
You would just. They need to be
at the house. They need to be at the house.
I've already thought about it. Well,
house with who?
They're not gonna be. They're not gonna be at the house. So let's get real teachers in now teaching real stuff.
But the teachers are being hampered by the system. It's not.
Okay, that's why we need to change. That's why we need to reform education.
But I don't think it needs to be dismantled. That's different. Reformation is different than totally dismantled. Like we took down the iron wall or whatever that wall was over there. But you have to have some reform is different, and people are. That's the reason why I like charter schools. They give you a little more autonomy to teach it the way you need to teach it to the children.
On the Project 2025, you can send your child to charter school if that's what you want to do. It's your choice. It's promoting the parents' right in public education.
Who's in charge of the education? What's the board? Who's the governing board? I could be over there teaching
You
them about
return
philosophers and
education
how to hail
control.
Hitler.
The education control would go back to state and local governments. That's who will be controlling education under Project 2025. Some of these things in school that they learning now, which I don't like gender ideology, that'll be taken away. I agree with
They're
that.
also talking about we're teaching what is it, CRS? Oh, I can't think of what it's called. They didn't even teach that to me in law school. They're making up stuff. They're creating oh Jesus, I'm gonna have to think of what it's called right now. That's gonna bother me. Somebody knows. Somebody in the chat probably knows. Let me look and see if somebody said what it's called. Where they were fighting, Florida banned it, and teachers were getting fired because they said they were teaching about. Because it also says you can't teach racial. They lumped it all together. You can't teach
Critical race
you
theory.
can't-
Right.
Critical race theory is not being taught. Nobody teaches that. That's a higher level academic PhD level, JD level course. That's not what's being taught to little elementary school children.
Little
Come on,
elementary
y'all.
school children are learning a lot of things that they probably shouldn't be learning.
Whether they're also learning it from the internet. So you're gonna ban that too? You're gonna ban the internet?
No, you're not gonna ban
That's
the
where they're
internet.
getting a lot of their information from, being on them phones and stuff that these people can't stop it from getting.
So what you're saying is they're not getting any information from school then.
I'm not saying that. I did not say they
let's
didn't get
go.
it from school.
Okay.
I feel like I learned a lot in school.
Yeah,
I learned
then
a
I had to
lot.
forget everything I learned in school because
Well,
there's a whole bunch of lies and misinformation and bad programming. They're teaching our children. First of all, they dumbing them down, and then
I would agree.
the next thing they do, they teach them how to be workers, how to be slaves to the white folks instead of teaching them things they need to know how to learn to prosper and continue society. Like I think agriculture is something that we need to learn in school. I remember
Absolutely.
back in the day they used to have stuff like wood shop. We need to learn about
Really?
finances and credits and the banking system. We need to learn about life insurance and how that works, having family trust, things of that nature. These things aren't taught in school, but they should be taught at an elementary and a high school level. And then in order to teach that in a high school and a elementary level, you're gonna have real teachers who are certified to come in and teach these type of classes. That means a lot of the teachers that you got right now would be unqualified to teach in these schools.
And a lot of them would be qualified.
And those that are qualified, you get a raise because now you're gonna do some real teaching.
You deal with my badass kid for 8 hours a day. You deserve some money.
Come on,
I don't give a fuck.
well, the kid don't need it. The parents need to do a better job of
But
not
that's
having
not
badass kids.
that's not the teachers. That's not the teacher's fault though. And they putting as a person who worked in the system, they put everything on the teacher.
What's the PTA all about?
PTA, you know how hard it is. I was the PTA president. Do you know how hard it was to get? A mama told me, and I quote, "Well, you might have time to come up. I don't have time, ma'am. I'm doing the same job, going every day that you're doing. I'm raising the same son. You got one just like I got one. I don't understand how you got less time than I do." But she did, because my child was a priority. The Jordans were a priority. We have mixed values in our communities, ain't got shit to do with teachers. It ain't got nothing to do with teachers and education. Why our students are fucked up. It ain't got nothing to do with it.
But do
So
you
can
agree
blame
that
them all you want to? It is we need
blaming
parent university.
I'm just saying, why I'm finna pay you
parent
extra
university.
money to just recite a curriculum that's been passed down to you? You're not teaching nothing. When you start teaching real stuff that's gonna help our
You are
children prosper
teaching
going
when the
forward.
person don't know something, you teaching. So
Yeah,
when
but
I
we
get a
just
new class
agreed
of
that-
second graders that didn't know it from the first grade, I have taught them in the second
well,
grade something
know,
different. Yes, it is. You can't tell me you ain't teaching when the person didn't know
I'm
something.
saying this. If a parent got an option to send their children to that rinky-dink public school that's in their neighborhood, or sending them to another school that they can get better education from, I think that parent should have that right.
I'm gonna get better education if all the stuff you said is fucked up. All the system, the same system on the north side and the south side. The difference.
You just said charter schools were better. Some of these private schools are better.
They are better, but so how they getting into the private school, Notty? How's little Johnny who live over in zone 3 getting to the private school? That they gonna pay for it? And white folks gonna pay for it?
Yeah, the taxes. This thing that Camilla Harris called busing.
Kamala.
Kamala, whatever her name is,
You
called
gonna get it
busting.
right. You ain't gonna be disrespecting this
I
woman
mean,
in this
whatever.
thing. That lady has got to a
This
very
woman
high
is
place, and you
this
just not
woman
gonna
is
keep doing
already
that. That's
this
disrespectful.
woman is already disrespectful to
You,
humanity.
we ain't gonna have no more
So
show. Ain't no disrespect to humanity. What the fuck is you talking about? We ain't gonna be able to
what you
use none of
mean?
this on YouTube. None
Yeah,
of it.
we are. Yeah, we are. We can use it. I just don't agree with you on none of these candidates
Well,
that
you
you
ain't got to
wanna that these
you.
people wanna.
I didn't.
She
You weren't talking
disrespect
about
us
this
all the
time.
time
How did she
with all this
disrespect
with all
me,
this
Nutty?
pandering
I
she
don't feel
doing.
disrespected.
Oh,
So
I
speak
can't
for
do
yourself.
nothing.
You
I
feel
can't do nothing
disrespected.
for
I
black.
don't feel disrespected.
I'm not gonna do nothing for black folk.
I feel like it's a black she
What you mean? Why you ain't gonna do nothing for black folk?
because
But
she's here for
you
the
doing something
entire
for
country.
everybody
You
else
think
though.
the fuck
You'll
she
do
gonna
something for
win
the
if she say
Asians.
I'm
You'll do
out here for
something for
13%
the
of the population?
transgenders.
You sound cuckoo. You
But you'll
sound
do something
cuckoo.
for
How you
everybody
play the
else.
game? You
Hold on,
can't be
she can
playing
do
the game to
something for
win.
everybody else specifically, but she can't do nothing for
So
black
she
people.
said
So
specifically.
who advocate for us?
Find me the quote where she said, "I'm gonna do stuff for Asian people. I'm gonna do stuff for white people. I'm not gonna do it for black people." You are fucking lying now.
I sent you the
You're
quote.
making up shit.
So obviously you ain't been in the chat because you've been in the chat. I've been sending all this information. I ain't making stuff up.
Hold on.
Did you see the information the other day when I don't know if it was the other day when she said it, but when she talked about reducing population, like, come on, what are we talking about?
I believe I have not watched that, and I cannot speak to it, but
well,
I can't
then
imagine. That
it
seems
to
like
you.
that would have been a very big deal, and it would have been circulated.
It
way
is a big.
further than
It's
this.
only a big deal when Donald Trump say crazy stuff.
It's
It ain't a big deal when it ain't a big deal when she say.
She
It
is
ain't
an
a big deal when she say
African-American
crazy
and
stuff.
Indian woman.
Come
She
on,
ain't got
man.
no white in her nowhere. So you think people ain't coming for her daily?
Yeah, she got white in her all the time. Her husband white. Kamala Emoff. That's her name. Going by Kamala Harris. No, you're not a Harris. You're an Emoff.
I kept my
That's what
name when
you
I
are.
got married. I'm a Wilson. I'm gonna forever be a fucking Wilson. You can't tell her what she can be.
Well, she married to this man, so she gonna disrespect.
You don't give a fuck. I was married to the man. I kept my name.
I mean, that's the issue for me.
Well, that's your issue. That ain't got shit to do with her qualifications and what she does, Notty. And you talking
hell,
that ain't got shit
hell,
to do
Donald
with
Trump qualified.
Qualified?
He been the president before. She ain't got no presidential experience. And I'm not, and I don't want to make it seem because I don't like Donald Trump either. I think he's incompetent and he running for the Republican Party. But my whole point is they both incompetent. You gonna sit here and make me choose between two evils.
Incompetent. What makes Kamala Harris incompetent? What makes her incompetent? You said she's incompetent.
I'm saying what makes her qualified. What makes her
qualified?
You tell me what makes her qualified.
She has experience in all kinds of political arenas. She got some fucking common sense.
How much failure has she had in these jobs she had?
So they kept nominating her and voting for her as a failure. So she went to the Senate as a failure.
Hold on, okay. So you would tell me that Donald Trump was
a misogynistic male right now. That's what this shit is.
No,
y'all motherfuckers got issues with a black woman doing some bitch shit. Fuck that.
She ain't no. I don't.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah, you should.
That's like y'all with the lady that just won the SCOTUS. That woman was talking about. Well, we can't say none other. The reason you say she's not qualified because she black. That's the fucking why. You got issue with black people in power. You got issue with black excellence.
That's
you
not
true. When I talked about Obama,
we ain't had no black excellence. We ain't had no black excellence in power. All these people you talking about
you get from point A to point B
kissing ass of white folks.
Black excellence.
Come on, man. I can't. How am I sit here and root for a black woman who married to a white guy and don't have no children? That's a problem for me. That's my own personal.
Do you know if she didn't have? What if she couldn't have children? There are women out there who cannot have children. Well,
then she need to report that she can have children. Michelle Obama can have children. And they made her some.
They made her some children.
Yeah, she went and got in vitro. That's how she had her children. This is facts. I do my homework.
So Kamala,
go make you some.
Right now.
Go get your petri dish, baby.
So Oprah fucked up too because she ain't had no kids.
Come on, man.
So if you don't have
kids, already know Oprah
screwed up. Reason
we ain't even gotta talk about Oprah. Come on, why we celebrating people who we know for a fact have done evil to human beings across the world?
What evil did Oprah do? Enlighten me.
So now you want me to talk about all the what she was doing with them schools in Africa with them little girls? I got to pull all this up.
Naughty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying you asking me.
So you
asking me.
believe the shit you read on you. So
I'm
you
saying
want
you
to
believe the stuff you read. Clearly,
I
I
did
asked you last week. You believe too, plain.
I went page after page just so I could argue you down. And this shit don't work. You go see the first shit you see, and you on some Illuminati and some other bullshit about open that shit.
No, I ain't said nothing about no Illuminati. Nobody said nothing about no Illuminati.
Fucking the little girls in Africa now.
I didn't say she was. I just asked you.
What you
clearly,
saying then?
Clearly, that's what your understanding of it is. Clearly, that's what your understanding of it is.
You deal with them little girls in Africa. What?
That's all I said. That's all I said.
Give them a hope, some future, some direction.
Every black person that you see that's thrust in our face, you want to consider them black excellence, and that's not always the case.
Like even let me tell you who I don't like, but respect gratefully, and it's still gonna be black excellence, even if he don't want to be. What's the man name who separate them conjoined twins? He ran for president. He
Ben
got
Carson. Ben Carson is white folk.
Still black excellence, but he's
Ben
still
Carson is one of the main authors of Project 2025.
I know, and I said I don't like him, but I can't take away the fact that he's still black excellence. He's not white, baby. When you see that man,
you see what you see.
Now he might be all skin folk and kin folk, and I
okay, you do understand Ben Carson is one of Donald Trump's right hand man.
He's not the right hand man. He just keeps him there to make sure.
He holding the tail of Donald Trump. Everything that Donald Trump wants to happen, Ben Carson is right there to make sure it happens. Let's be objective.
I'm not being objective.
When we're talking about the Fair Housing Act,
the issue is definitions. When I say a person of black excellence, while I might not like them or agree with them, I cannot diminish the fact that they are a person of
Ben Carson did some great things. He's an innovative
who has done some great things
in the medical field. But let's look what his stances are, what he does.
I understand you're not listening to me. That does not take away the fact that man is of African descent and he did some excellent things. Hence the term black excellence.
This man down there
early on, that wasn't who he was.
Okay, this man down there, but he's still black. Man down there by himself eliminated the Fair Housing Act.
Because he didn't even know what REO was. He didn't know.
How he don't know what REO was, and he's a freaking master doctor who didn't.
Absolutely, but he's a master doctor. He should have been the surgeon general or in something in the field that he has excellence in, not in housing and urban development. But Trump did that on purpose to make him look like a fucking fool, which Ben Carson should have said, "No, dog, I'm good."
But he did. Well, he should. Well, let's not talk about what he should have did. Let's talk about what he actually
like
did.
A damn nut basket, and now nobody trusts what he says. But that does not still take away my point. He is still black excellence.
How?
And in the field of medicine, that man was excellent.
Yes, he was
excellent.
I'm giving him that. I'm giving him that. I'm giving him. He is a brilliant doctor. But when it comes to
housing and urban development, he don't know what the fuck he doing. We agree.
Okay, did what he did with the Fair Housing Act, did that hurt black people or not?
I'm sure
directly. Did it directly hurt black people or not?
So then why do you think we should be following Project 2025 behind Ben Carson? We don't know what the fuck he talking about.
I'm not saying we should. I never said we should follow Project 2025. You said
it's not a big deal. Project 2025. Biden had.
I'm saying it's not.
Everybody got a plan when they come.
I'm saying it's not nothing that it should be a wish. A Republican wish list.
Ain't no fucking wish list, nigga. This is we gonna kill all the people that ain't rich and ain't powerful.
It's not even possible because we already know
to kill millions.
First of all, regardless of who's in the president, regardless of who's in the White House, regardless of who in there, none of whatever they think tank sends them can go forward without that 66% vote that's gonna come from the Congress. So you don't everything still. That's why you told me last week Obama wanted to get a lot of things done because his think tank sent him stuff too that they wanted him to get done, but he couldn't get it done. Why couldn't he get it done? Because
he didn't have what he needed in the House and the Senate to do so. So you don't think that we're close to that? You see how close this House and the Senate are now? It's right on the fucking edge.
Okay, so we got to make sure we go vote to put the right people in the House and the Senate.
If you don't like the choices, you're not gonna vote. If you don't like the choice, if people like you don't like the choices, you're not voting. How do you
Yeah,
get the
I'm not
choice you
voting for the
want? So you
presidency
can
because
vote.
I don't like none of the
How you
choices
gonna
that they
you like?
present
Do
me.
you like the
But that
choice?
ain't got nothing to do with the
You like
Congress. That
Warnock?
ain't got nothing with the
Did
House.
you like Warnock and
I
Ossoff?
didn't like
Did you
Warnock.
vote for them?
I did vote for Warnock. Even though I didn't like Warnock, I voted for
So
Warnock
what's the difference? I need to understand the difference.
because Warnock wasn't evil. I just didn't like some of the stances that he had, but I did like some of the other stances he had, and the person he was running against, I totally didn't like. So
Trump,
I voted
for this
Warnock.
instance, you don't like any of Kamala Harris's stances.
No, I
and
don't
you
like.
don't
No, I
the
don't like
person
any
she's
of her
running.
stances. No, she's
What is
very
it?
radical. And she want to push this LGBTQT and this transgender agenda. I don't like that. That's one of the things in Project 2025 that I do agree on.
But they're mixing
That
that.
if you were born a boy, you should be
you don't say that
identified
they're
as a
making their
boy,
gender
and if
and
you
their
were
race the
a
same
girl, you should be identified as a girl. I agree with that.
So you will also agree, I assume, then that gender and race should be in the same line.
No, but that's what
That's how
Democrats
they
do.
have it in
That's what Democrats
That's
do.
what Project
They want to
2025 says,
they wanna-
sweetheart. 2025 says
No.
gender, race. I could pull it up. I'll
pull it up because that ain't what I read.
Hold on. Let me get it because it's in
Those
here.
are separate.
25. They're all in the same, even for They when they talk about the things they want to teach about, it is all together in federal funds for schools that teach about race, racism, gender, and sexuality. They're the four things they're putting them all together, and they should not be looped together. I can't help the way I'm born. My race is how I'm born. Gender is a choice sometimes.
No, gender is not a choice. You were born with
identity is a choice. Gender identity is what people choose. To me, how is that going to be in the same classification as race?
It should never be in the same
But it is in
classification as
Project
race.
2025 now.
But Democrats lump black people in with the Civil Rights Act with all these other people. A lot of people think the Civil Rights Act is about black people. I hate it. It's
Civil
not.
Rights Act is about money. It's under the Commerce Clause of the Constitution of the United States of America. It was never about people. It was about money. They didn't give a shit about black, Asian,
exactly,
green, purple.
Exactly. That's my whole point. Who's advocating
under commerce?
Who's advocating for us?
Notty, if you're not the majority, you don't get to fucking pick sometimes. You are in your house. That's the only way it works. You might have more kids than you do. You might have more children than you do adults in the house, but the adults rule typically. Not always. What you say rules. That is not the case in the United States of America or any other country, especially if you're in a dictatorial type of situation.
They advocate for transgenders. They advocate for Asians. They advocate for the Native Americans. Okay, so
who's advocating for themselves? It's easier to. And it's
hold on, wait. And if they advocate for themselves, but they don't have a presidential candidate, but we got presidential candidates who's supposed to be black, but we can't ask them to advocate for us. That's what you're telling me.
I'm not telling you.
But I'm supposed to go vote.
Advocate for us. I'm not telling you to do anything. What I'm telling you is factual. We unfortunately are not a large majority. It is easier, as Dave Chappelle said, for whatever reason, to give those people, LGBTQ plus communities, their rights than it is for black people. Because what I have learned is that fabric of racism is woven into not sexism. Because they give those LGBTQ, is in large part because they are white men who are LGBTQ plus. That's why it's more of them needing that thing than it is of black people who need that thing.
Okay, who
it is unfortunate. We are not in a country that gives us the rights that we deserve.
Who's giving them these rights? Who's giving them all these rights? That's the Democratic Party, liberals.
We probably are liberally giving them those rights.
Right. And I agree.
You want to take those away. In part, but just remember, when they take those away, they're going to take yours too. Because they're all the same.
We just said we don't need to be lumped in. Why we got to be lumped in with all these other different groups?
Dear
Why
heart,
can't we be
I didn't do that.
I know you didn't
Democrats do that. The Republicans did that, though. In the line item, it is those things. If you teach about racism, race, gender, or gender identity, this is a problem.
This ain't nothing
when
new,
I
right?
give federal funds.
We've been lumped in for a long time.
I'm not saying we haven't,
Since the
but what
late
I'm saying
60s.
is if you go for what they're trying to do is get people like you who like one part and not the other. When you
I
go for
don't
it,
right. I mean,
then you're gonna go for all of it. You can't pick it.
that's my whole
Cherry
point.
pick the whole thing. You
That's
can't cherry pick it.
that's my whole point with this whole Project 2025 thing. Like, I don't agree with everything that's in Project
And you
2025,
can't cherry
but I
pick it.
don't disagree with everything that's in Project 2025 too. And just because the Heritage Foundation, the think tank for the Republican Party, has come up with a wish list of things they would like to see done, that doesn't mean these things are going to be done. This is not. I feel like the Democratic Party is trying to scare black people in
I read it
particular.
myself, and I'm not scared. I'm not scared
Well,
because
a
of
lot,
what they
and you're
said.
not
I'm
scared,
scared.
but a
I'm
lot of,
scared.
but a
No,
lot
I
of,
am scared. I'm not scared because of what they said. I'm scared because of what I read, what I
okay,
understand.
but what I'm saying is they trying to push this off like, oh, you don't vote Democrat, you gonna get Project 2020. That's not true. Why are you trying to scare all these black people into doing something that's probably not in their best interest? That's my whole point. It's a wish list. It had nothing to do with, like I said, you can go to read Agenda 47 and see Donald Trump they fired the director of the Heritage Foundation, the guy who wrote Project 2025.
They didn't fire him. They didn't fire him. He stepped down so he could go.
Why did he step down?
Step down because he wanted to go and be more on the.
No.
And I read it somewhere. He wanted to be more
stepped down
because Trump loves him.
Trump didn't like him.
Let me show you where
he got pushed back. He got pushed back from the Democrats and from the Republicans. That's why he had to resign.
I'm gonna find it because I read it. It's on a link somewhere that I saw, and I wish I didn't think that was gonna come up as a problem. But
Paul Dans, that was his name, right? Paul Dans. He had to resign because he got pushed back from both sides. Nobody liked everything that he was orchestrating. It's a lot of pushback from Project 2025 on both sides. So this is not necessarily something that, if the Republican Party win, you got to deal with this, and that. No, but some of this stuff, I agree that they should have to deal with. I don't like I said, I don't like the dismantling of the Fair Housing Act, even though the Fair Housing Act is still not hasn't been released. Because when Donald Trump initially got rid of the Fair Housing Act, Joe Biden got in the office. He supposed to reinstate the Fair Housing Act, but he didn't fully release it. Why didn't Biden fully release the Fair Housing Act that was remodified by President Obama? What is he saving it for? Is he saving it because he thought that maybe he'll get another term and then he'll use that for his campaign and then he'll release it? I don't know, but why hasn't Biden in 4 years reinstituted the Fair Housing Act? It's under his watch. Explain that to me, please.
I don't know.
Because nobody's advocating for us. That's why. It don't matter what side you decide to align your loyalties up with. You want to be Republican, you want to be Democrat, you want to go with Trump, you want to go with Kamala. It don't matter.
You determine not to say her name right out of disrespect.
I tried to say it right. I didn't say it right that time.
You know, like a comma and la. They helped it. They gave some
Kamala.
How do you say
Kamala.
put it in a paper? When you write in a paper, what do you put behind a phrase that you want to pause?
I'm saying, so you saying it's Kamala.
Comma.
Okay.
And then the la.
Kamala.
Like la,
Okay.
la, la.
I out of respect for you, I'm doing my best. Kamala.
Kamala. Yep.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay.
Y'all just always
even though she don't respect me, even though she don't respect me or no black man in her life.
Nada, you sound cool, and we're gonna end the show on that one because she's never not respected a black man. They talked about the black man she dated before she got with the white man that she married to. And y'all don't respect us. That's why we gotta go get with white men.
Look at her track record.
Y'all ninjas always on some BS.
Look at her track record.
I went to go look at it because just like most people, false information has been presented, the number might be 42 people or something. It's something small. It's not even small. Out of the thousands of folks who come through her courtroom, thousands, tens of thousands, it might be like something under 50. And that's what y'all hanging y'all hat on, but y'all amplifying the number to make you feel better about yourself. That's not what happened. You couldn't have looked for her record because you would have seen the same information I saw. So you determined to believe what the people out there putting out there in the heavens.
Hold on. So what are we to believe? Because I asked you last week, you believe 2 planes hit 2 buildings and knocked 3 buildings down. You didn't know what to believe.
Notty. What
are we to believe?
What I
are we not? That's why when anytime and most of the time I give you these facts, I always cite my source. I let you know where I got it from. I'm not just making stuff up like I know stuff.
And I
don't know stuff. I'm
giving you
the sources. This is what now if you don't want to use those sources as credible.
2 planes and 3 buildings. What source was that?
Common sense to tell you that. You ain't even
okay. So,
but I mean, you can go
now this bullshit. I'm somewhere just talking off feeling. I've given you facts. I have said Department of Labor. I'm not. So and so and so. I'm not giving you. And I also said the facts about Kamala Harris. If you look up her record, which I don't know exactly why you saying she disrespecting you, so I can't refute.
I didn't deny none of your facts.
You said she disrespectful to you and every black man. So I need to know how that I can refute it with facts. What is the disrespect? She called you. She wouldn't date you. What is it?
No, it's not personal to me. It's
all black men. So what is the disrespect? The marrying of the white man? Because then
that's one though.
Okay, when every fucking black athlete then disrespect.
I ain't got nothing to do. You the one got a problem with black athletes. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
You just said she's disrespectful to you and every black man because she married a white
man. Not specifically. No, I said that I personally don't like her for that. I ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. But you look at her track record. You look at her track record as district attorney.
Specific, so we can refute that. What specific thing are you talking about factually that Kamala Harris has done to black men?
The Supreme Court told her to let these people out of jail, and she decided she was going to send these people to jail. These are for nonviolent crimes. These for nonviolent crimes.
Supreme Court.
Look it up. I want you to. I encourage you to do your research.
To let
that's what everybody needs to do.
Out of jail, and she did not. Let's go.
And usually I would come with my notes, but I got other notes.
Kamala Harris fought to keep nonviolent prisoners out of prison to reduce. That's the first thing that pops up. That's the first thing. New York Times has an article about it. The prospect.org, which is an organization that's not anybody's anything. It does talk about PBS. Trump is gaining ground with black men. This was in such and such. Let me see. I don't see the date on that. That must be recent. 7/21/24. Kamala Harris's record on criminal justice. What to know. Let's go to the Marshall Project, which must be named for Thurgood Marshall. I would assume it's a nonprofit journalism about criminal justice. Important criminal issues. We drill down on one topic in this week's news. For a deeper look into her record as a prosecutor, read our story unpacking some of her key decisions. This was just written. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can find really quickly that might help. I'm looking for numbers. Harris has billed herself as a progressive prosecutor before joining the Senate. Spent years as a prosecutor. It's progressive to hit her. And I don't want to take up time for the people. Perhaps we can go to, well, it's almost 6:30. It's almost time to ride. But
let's real quick before we go.
I'll send this to you so we can both read it and see the same.
Yeah, well, and I'll do more research on that so I can have my sources right. I know where to find my stuff, but I need to be able to tell you this is according to X, Y, and Z instead of just acting like I know something because I know something when I don't. That's why I always cite my sources. But let's look at real quick just to go over some of the things in Project 2025. And
absolutely, and
just a gloss through. I don't want to use that one just yet. This one. Let's go here first. And it's kind of small, but let's see. Abortion is a big topic when you talk about Project 2025. The project seeks to eliminate coverage of emergency contraception and to force the Comstock Act to prosecute those who send and receive contraceptives and abortion pills. Also removing legal protections against discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity, and terminating DEI. These are some of the other things that are in Project 2025 that we didn't really go over. The deportation of illegal immigrants is another thing that we didn't discuss. So I mean, it's 920 pages long. We can't go into the depth of everything, but some of these, like I say, I disagree with, and some of these I agree with. No different than I'm pretty sure, and I didn't get to read, and I don't know if you got to read the manuscript that Obama was given from his think tank from the Democratic side when he was in office, or Joe Biden. I'm pretty sure if I would have read those, which they didn't release publicly, like the people that did Project 2025, if I read those, some of the stuff I probably would agree with, and some of the stuff I wouldn't agree with. But it's nothing for me to be afraid of, and that's going to say, oh, if you don't vote this way, then you're going to be in fascism. Like, that's not true. That's all I'm saying. Why do we gotta try to use fear? Because we understand when we make fear-based decisions, we oftentimes, or just about 100% of the time, make the wrong decision. We should not be making decisions based on fear, but we should make decisions based on information. And so if y'all don't go out there and do your homework, get the information, and then make a sound decision, then it bound to blow up in your face. That's all I'm saying. I already know ain't nobody advocating for us, so I can't sit here and vote for now one of the two candidates. But what I can do, and what I always do when I get my ballot in the mail, I do my research on who's running for the offices that are important to me, that's going to really make decisions for us. That's going to be in the Congress. Also, when they send those ballots, they give you certain laws that you can vote on directly. Those are the ones that I put more of my energy into. And sometimes if I'm voting for somebody in office and I don't like now one of the candidates, I'm not voting for neither one of them, because at that point it don't matter to me. You can't tell me to pick my poison. You can't tell me to pick between rat poison and cyanide. No, you're gonna have to force one of those on me. I'm not picking it willingly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. We thank you all for watching the Know-It-Alls. You all have been a great audience. I was trying to answer some of the things in the chat because I hate.
Let's answer a few. We got 3 minutes. Let's do 3
absolutely,
minutes.
let's do that. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm not doing this every week, though. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. We're gonna have something else to discuss. We cannot.
Right. I mean, I really don't really like to get into politics like that, but you kind of force my hand.
When you said we're gonna do Project 2025, that's political. I didn't have a choice. And I was talking about Joe Budden.
Yeah, but that stemmed off of last week's conversation.
Right. So I didn't have a choice. Right. You did say it. Whenever it doesn't matter when you said it, I didn't have a choice. I wanted to be informed as best I could on what you were going to discuss in your segment. It wasn't my choice. I didn't want to talk about Project 2025. But I'm not going to not be ready.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to, whether they disagree or agree with whatever, we were at least able to shed some light on what's in Project 2025. Hopefully, they're encouraged to go do their own homework, do their research, and read up on it, and make sure they make the best decisions for themselves.
Absolutely. You gonna read some of the chat?
Oh, sure. Where you want to start?
I don't know. I can't do both. I'm not that talented.
Me either. I mean, I can't. I try to do my best.
FM gave us an A++. Shout out to FM. Even though he and I are not agreeing right now in the chat, shout out to you for your comments.
Let's say, Notty, please say Kamala correctly. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Kamala.
It's a Kamala. It's not hard.
Oh, there go Mocha. She's Kamala. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mocha Bella.
One,
Kip. I don't know what
reparations.
Kip said,
Two,
but somebody said
anti-black.
exactly Kip.
Right, film. I mean, what's so hard about somebody advocate for us? You advocate for
But y'all,
everybody
let's
else.
be I just want y'all to be realistic for a moment. I'm not saying they shouldn't advocate for us, but how am I gonna win? The likelihood of me winning, if I just go with straight 13%, I want everybody, y'all. I'm getting these black reparations. I'm not, I don't even stand a
Because
chance. Come on,
that's
y'all.
just gonna be one of the policies. I got other policies that are gonna work
Can't
for
even
the
put that out there. People just like
Oh,
this.
so you
Project
can't.
2025.
So
If
in
I
order
put that out
in
there,
order to
it's
win,
it's gonna make me scared, and I'm not voting for you.
in order to
So
win,
same thing with reparations.
in order to win, we can advocate for other people, but we just can't advocate
Who
for
are these
black
other
people because
people? I'm advocating for the people as
the
a whole.
Asians, the
I don't
Native
want y'all to live
Americans,
under this.
the transgender.
She didn't advocate for Native Americans and transgender specifically. She don't have not one policy that I've read, and now I'll go read the policies that she said, I am going to make sure that transgender people get their insert thing here. Their right to marry who they want.
Come on,
We all have that right.
we've already seen what they've done in the 4 years on the
I'm
Biden.
just saying, y'all got to be realistic when you're thinking about something.
We've
You
seen
play checkers. You got to play chess.
we did see them come
people.
up with we did see them sign. Joe Biden was on TV. He signed in to the Asian anti-hate crime bill. We saw that. They only make up 3% of the population.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, so we make up more of a
problem. And they have talked. Joe Biden has said that I am going to pass. He has tried it has gone before Congress. Republicans are in charge over there, just in case you wonder. What do we do? What is our alternative? To sign an executive order for it so that it can be repealed on the next whatever?
Loose neck, I believe Trump is racist. Of course, Trump is racist.
I love that picture of me, loose neck. That was me in me in the office, and I had to go to
that's not a secret. Most capitalist white men are racist, but I don't believe Trump is a bigot. That's a whole nother thing.
Bigot is different than racist. And
exactly, I agree. That's what I said.
Because I can't be racist. Racist deals with money. Bigotry deals with
that white man who provides your check is racist, but you love every Friday. Exactly. I mean, all these capitalists are racist. That's not breaking news.
Wait a minute, y'all. Bigot and racist. Let me give you the exact, because bigot is not what you think it means. Ain't a bigot. Bigot is a person who is obstinately or unreasonably attached to a belief, opinion, or faction, especially one who is prejudiced against or antagonistic toward a person or people on the basis of their membership on a particular group. So you can be, we're bigots. People who have money. Racism deals with money.
Correct. That's why I say all
black people can't be racist.
That's why I say all white capitalists are racist. So saying that Donald Trump is a racist, that's not breaking news.
He's not a racist. You said he's a bigot.
No, I said he's not a bigot. I said he's a racist, but he's not a bigot.
Oh,
that's what I said.
Why are you talking about that? Anyway, go ahead to the next thing you want to read. I'm sorry. Kip Gordon. Arle trying to reason. I want to read Kip's. How do I put it on the show? There we go. Arle Michelle, trying to reason with Notty is a fruitless exercise. Don't put yourself through that. Kip.
Yeah. Kip.
Amen.
I feel you, Kip. Kip be hating on me all the time, so you know it's
all hating on you. Kip speaking facts. He's spitting facts. Like I was spitting bars earlier today. I was spitting bars.
I appreciate Kip too. I love Kip. I'm glad that Kip watched the show. I'm glad that he chimed in. Even I don't mind the backlash as long as the people get the information. It don't matter. You can say, "Oh, Notty is wrong." Okay, go do your own homework and your own research, and don't. Well, I'm not gonna tell people because people gonna do what they want to do, but I think it's ignorant to vote for somebody because they skin color.
That's not why.
And not because of their policies and what they stand for. As human beings.
Raymond ain't setting the fourth. I love that name. You sound like you got some money, Raymond. This is just for the election. I'm sure it'll go in another direction at other times of the year. That's probably in response to when I said I ain't talking about this every week. Thank you, Raymond, because I'm not. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm trying to think of what else. Anyway,
pull some more while I get this music going.
Get the music going. I was trying to see what else. If I agree with black people receiving specific repair, let me see what this one. I agree with black people receiving specific repair and not all of this minority stuff. We always get lumped in with Latinos, Asians, etc., while they get the specific laws for them. Correct. Very true.
That's what I said.
We don't get what we deserve
When
in
I
this
made that point, you wanted to argue me down.
No,
That's exactly
you
the
were
thing I
lumping
said.
in LBGTQ people. I said that's
Yeah,
what
they get
Project
lumped in
25
too.
is doing. Nada, you don't be listening. You be ready to argue something you
I'm
think in your
not.
head.
I don't
You're not
want to
listening to
argue.
what I said.
I just want to have a discussion. I don't want to argue.
What I said. That's not what I said. I did not say they lumping everybody. I said Project 2025 is lumping them. We love y'all know it all. So we hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll see you in the morning at 7 a.m. on the 2 Live Stews experience with your girl Arle Michelle for the Entertainment Report, Notty with the Funky 4, Ryan and Doug Stewart, and Tree Taylor producing us all in the back, probably clutching her pearls every time we open our mouth. We love y'all so much for coming to join us today.
Make sure y'all get that Southern Edge.
I'm almost finished.
We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Know it all. Next week it'll be a little bit lighter for Arle's sake.
Arle might not come back. It might be the Notty Show by next week, people. It might just be the Notty Show. Have a good week. See y'all in the morning. Gotta go get ready